Greetings to you, Sayans, and one might be curious, why am I calling you guys Sayans? And if you don't know Dragon Balls, you probably way too lost. I'm simply calling you guys Sayans simply because you gotta know, if you are a programmer, it means you are a warrior. You see, this is a lifestyle. Probably you're watching this video and you're just a beginner. You don't know like how it's going, whether or not you're gonna pursue your career on this path. But I want you to know, before you waste any of your time, any of your resources, your energy perhaps, this is a war. This is war. If you're really planning on pursuing programming, you actually taking a path that isn't meant for everyone. So that's why I'm calling you guys Saiyans. That's because you've got a Saiyan blood running through your veins. Probably you don't even know you've got a huge potential to make it on this world of programming. Okay, that's pretty much it, you guys. Now it is actually time to get started onto our today's task, which is to go through exercise 2.14 on this textbook here. Again, if you don't have one, I am gonna leave a link to it. However, I'm not gonna leave it at the bottom of this video. What I'm gonna do is I'm simply gonna put it on top of the main method when we actually do the exercises itself. The exercise itself. Okay, so today's question is a BMI computing problem. Okay, so BMI is actually a body mass index. So body mass index is a measure of health on height. It can be calculated by taking your height in kilograms, your weight in kilograms, and dividing by the square of your height in meters. So you gotta write a program that prompts the user to enter a weight in pounds and height in inches and displays the BMI. Note that 1 pound is that number kilograms, okay, and 1 inch is that number meters, okay. So here is a sample run. Luckily they gave us a sample run, so we at least have something to work for. Something to look from, okay. So now it is actually time we create our project. And again, I don't know yet how many solutions I would have for this problem. To me, though, it seems straightforward and simple, but to you as a beginner, you probably would love to look at it from different angles. So I'm gonna try by all means to do it in at least 2 ways. Okay, so why am I going 6? It's actually exercise 2.14. Let me pick my location. I hope you do know that you don't have to have a location that will be named the same way your project is named. It's just a choice of mine. I prefer creating a project first, giving it a name that will be exactly the same as the name of the projects that I'm about to create, right? Okay, so now let's create a class, and this is gonna be from our dumbest student, which is student A. So it has to be 2_14 and then A. we of course need to the compiler to generate a main method for us. Okay, our next step is to copy and paste this site here. This will actually take you straight to where I've downloaded this PDF we're using on this channel. Look at it if you haven't yet, and try to visit this site so that you're gonna get your own copy for this textbook. Okay, let's look at the question. In fact, we did, so it seems like it is actually time to do the coding. Okay, first things first, we gotta create a scanner as always. Let me call it my scanner this time. I've been using scanner for quite some time, so let me do one thing for a change. Okay, it's gonna be system.in. My scanner, close. Okay, what we then do is to prompt the user print to enter what? To enter weight in pounds. Enter weight in pounds, and we'll simply go into declare and initialize our variable w in p. Okay, we're simply going to call the next double method from the scanner class. Again, you shouldn't let the terminology intimidate you. We're still going to get there on methods and classes, and everything will all make sense. For now, you gotta concern yourself about how variables are used, because this is basically what this chapter is all about, elementary programming. Of course, that's not all. There are certain things as well. But again, you don't have to concern yourself about what is a method yet, what is a class. Okay? So, what else? We need a weight. We need height. So we'll go system.out.print. System.out.print. We gotta go enter height in inches. Simply go enter height in inches. Of course, we need to keep that variable on. We need to keep that on some variable, so it's going to be height in inches. Okay. Again, we'll have. Of course, I could simply copy and paste that line, this line. Of course, I could copy and paste this, but I don't want to, because copying and pasting is a bad practice when it comes to programming. It will lead you to logical errors. Ask me, I've been down that path, so you don't want to. Just as a beginner, you don't want to get used to copying and pasting your solution, okay? Your code, So we need double a variable to hold our weight in kilograms, so we're gonna go weight in kil. And that has got to be this number here. why can I copy? It's simply going to be that multiplied by our weight in pounds. Now question, where did I find this? Like, how did I obtain this? It's pretty straightforward. If you do know math, then you should know where did I find that. But this is what we know. Note that 1 pound is that number. So 1 pound is equals to that what? Kilograms, if I'm not mistaken. Of course it is kilograms, okay? Kilograms. And a certain number of pounds, x pound, is equals to what? No, I mean not x. Whatever a user decided to input, so your weight in pounds is actually equals to some weight in kilograms, right? So basically your task will be to find x, and you accomplish that by cross multiplying. You would say 1 multiplied by x is actually equals to, when W in P, which stands for weight in pounds, you will multiply that by this number here. Basically you cross multiplying. So that's where this thing came from, because 1 multiplied by anything, and this 1 multiplied by anything will actually give you a 1. So basically x in this case is this variable here. Okay, now that I've explained that, I think it's a bit clear. Now it's clear, in fact, to those who did not know. Where did I find that? So that's why if you do programming, they recommend you do math as well. Okay, so let's continue. It's height in meters is given as 0.0254 multiplied that by h in inch. In fact, this is what I did. Height in inches, okay? Again, how did I find this number here? I did one and the same thing. The idea is one and the same. What we do is we simply say 1 inch is this number here. One inch is equals to meter. So height, this variable, which is height in inches, is actually equal to some, is actually equal to something in meters. So again, in this case, your x is h in m, height in meters. Simply cross multiply as we did above, and then you find the solution. Okay, what you then do, you then compute your BMI and we were given a solution that it's actually going to be your height, your weight in kilogram multiplied by the square root of height. Multiplied by, it's going to be your weight in kilograms over your height in meters squared, so which is one and the same as h in right. Again, you see this thing, the final the computation, the results of this expression is actually dependent on the precedence of these operators, the divide and the multiply. But you normally, you do need that multiply comes first, then divide. Even from primary, was it Bodmas or Bomtas? Which was something that was telling you that how does the precedence of operators work. But regardless of whether you know or not, I always strongly suggest you put two operands inside the brackets. That way you will know that each and everything will be done step by step. You don't have to know your precedence of operators by heart, right? So it's a good practice to simply put everything inside these curly brackets. Okay. Seems like we're done now with our BMI. What you want to do now is to simply print it out by using what we've been using for quite some time now, which is nothing else but printf. So the BMI is, again, I'm no longer explaining the use of, I'm no longer explaining how to use I'm no longer explaining how does printf work. If you don't know, you might as well consider checking out some notes out there, or go to some of my previous videos, especially on chapter 1. We've been working with printf for a long time on chapter 1, even though it's actually not introduced there. It's just that sometimes you gotta know things that are gonna pop up down the road. You don't have to know only things that are introduced to a given chapter. It's 9.5.5 and the height is 50. So let's try 9.5.5 and 50 and see what we get. Boom, we got what we expected. Again, for these tutorials, I don't bother much about playing around with the user input. It's totally up to you. That's pretty much it, you guys. It seems like we've got a working solution. However, I would really love to hear what you think of this solution, what might be wrong about it, and what needs to be fixed. Right? And you also let me know how did you do it? What is it you thought is better for this exercise. It doesn't matter how horrible or how bad you think it is. Just what you want to do is to simply let me know. In fact, it will be better if you simply copy and paste your solution so that we can go through it. Especially especially if you have a solution as legal as this one here. You see, this is only a few lines, so you can like copy and paste it. That way you will be able to discuss what you could have done wrong, or like what you could have done right. Okay, that's pretty much it, you guys. If you haven't yet subscribed on my Nikwe School, I strongly suggest you do. And if you think this is useful to you, or it'll help you in some way, please share this video so that other people will also have access to it, to this channel here. And give a thumbs up if you think this thing was convincing for you, right? Or a thumbs down too if you think I messed up in some way. That's pretty much it, you guys. See you on the next tutorial. Cheers, I'm gone.